Hello guys and welcome to the World of Tanks Spotlight. This week we're doing, or today, or however often I do this, we're doing the Batchat 25T. Mainly because I unlocked it recently and I absolutely love this tank. It is so much fun. I'm going to give you a little, like a couple of tips, how to play it, how to get kills, how to get points, and just how to get wins with it. Even though the battle I do choose isn't actually a win, it's a draw. I still think it really highlights, what this tank is good at. So we'll get into that in a minute. Just really quickly, in case you don't know, the Batchat is the fastest of all the tier 10 mediums in straight line speed and acceleration. It doesn't turn the fastest, but it turns alright. It's very mobile, basically. It has no armor. Anything that you ever come up against in this tank will be able to penetrate you, so basically do not get hit ever. Has 1,800 hit points, which is okay, but for a tier 10, it's not that good. The auto-loading gun, this isn't the best gun even on it yet. I don't even have the best gun on it yet, but I still do awesomely with this tank. The 105 actually has it. Well, I'll show you the stats right now. This tank, well, this gun, the 100 meter SA-47, which is the good tank on the Lorraine. Let's just pop that up. Which you can use right from the start as soon as you get the tank. Shells in the magazine, 6 shells in the magazine, which is useful. 1 shell per loading is 2.5 seconds ish per shell that you can fire. Time of complete loading is 36 seconds. So it's pretty reasonable, and you'll see that it doesn't really matter in the game that I'm playing with. Penetration is 232, which isn't very good for a tier 10. It's about the same as the E100 or the IS-7. Average damage is 300, which again isn't very good. Accuracy is alright at 0.36. It's the same as the M48 pattern. Aiming time is very terrible. And yeah, that's the gun. The good gun is even better, although the time of loading in the shell is the same. It only has 5 shells in the magazine, but the damage is significantly higher, and the penetration is higher, that you'll get more hits with that and do more damage. The time of complete loading is again more, but if you're playing the Batchat and struggling with the reload times, you're probably not playing it well. Accuracy is worse, aiming time is the same, but basically accuracy and aiming time don't matter because this tank is not a sniper. You have no armor, you are extremely mobile, and your gun is not a sniping. So what does that mean? It means you outflank, close range, auto-lock your targets, and just flank and take them out. You want to be surprising. You want to just pop up and cause chaos everywhere, and that's what I do in my battle. So yeah, basically what I roll with is vertical stabilizer, vents, and binocs in case I do want to be a bit of spotting, because in tier 10 you're basically a tier 10 scout tank, and then kind of late game you start to pick up kills and run around and cause chaos. Early game you don't want to do much in this tank. If you see early game in the battle I choose, I just kind of move back and forth. I don't really commit to anything, and then late game when the enemies all spread out, I start running around causing chaos. So binocs, you could also swap out binocs for a toolbox in case you get tracked, or 10% to aiming speed, the enhanced gun landing drive, because that aiming speed will help you if you are trying to kind of hit at medium to long ranges, or even just if you're like trying to brawl and hit someone. So yeah, that's what I might get instead of the binocs later. But yeah, basically. Oh, and with the crew skills, I go a must is snapshot, because you just want that accuracy on the move. And then I also go with smooth ride because that accuracy on the move again. And then off-road driving for speed. You can also go with clutch braking. That's what I'm getting next because this tank doesn't turn particularly fast. And then repair speed, and mentor, because you in a medium you want good repair speed so your tracks can fix themselves when they get damaged. Yeah, there's only one thing to research on this tank, and that's the 105, and I'll be getting that soon, hopefully. But yeah, apart from that, let's jump into a battle. Alright guys, so now that we're in a battle, we're on highway here, and as you can see there's only 3 tier 10s on our team and 3 tier 10s on their team, and a bunch of tier 9s and everything, but basically what I end up doing is, we'll get this started, I end up in the city. Well, I kind of move around a lot, because that's what the Batchat is meant to do. You're meant to move around and reposition yourself a lot. So, first of all, let's just slow this down so I have time to talk. My plan basically right now as I drive along is I am going to drive forward and spot all these enemy tanks which I think are driving up this hill here. I'm going to spot them and get tons of spotting XP. Let's see how that turns out. Because the Batchat is kind of like a spotting tank, it's like a scout. So I pop over here, I look down there, and there is no one. Even though I kind of can see quite a bit, there's no one there that I can see. I didn't quite go close enough to the edge. So I decided to pop over here, and I think I might stay around here for a second, and then finally there's that E75 and IS-3 spotted over there. But because none of my allies have kind of come into the area, the closest is this IS-8 over here, I decided to kind of back off because I don't want to get caught out here by mediums by myself or something. So I head back over here, and there's this IS-8, and I dodge past him a bit. And he's probably wondering where I'm going, because he doesn't want to be caught over here by himself either. but he continues to go forward a bit and heads into these buildings. I then spin around. I decide to stay with the IS-8 because I think both of us together we can kind of take out any enemies that try to push into the city. I'm still hoping that T-57 Heavy and the Centurion and the Fock and the ISE were going to come push over here, but they just don't. So I push in here a little bit, see what I want to do, and just kind of sit here for a second, trying to think about what the team's doing. I click help, I ping the map a little bit. I try to call the Fock and the T-57 Heavy over here, because the Batchat cannot hold anything by itself. It's not a heavy tank, it's not a tank destroyer, it can't output a lot of damage really quick and over extended periods of time. So I need them to kind of take the hits for me while I do some damage. He tells me to relax, but basically we've got no one over here. Luckily though, I notice what they're doing in the top left hand corner. They're pushing with most of their high tier tanks, the T-62A and the IS-7, which is both their tier 10s except for their artillery, is pushing up the top. So I as the Batchat, decide to head back over and defend the base. So the Fock just kind of sits in this middle, and look, there's their IS-7 just sitting in the middle. I think I might get some points on him, like sniping. I shoot that T-54 once, and as you can see, let's just slow that down. This tank, I could have shot him again. This tank is okay at sniping. You can hit targets with sniping as long as you take the time to aim. But it won't always work, and you will kind of waste your ammo. That was worth it, but it was a risk that I took. So I see them start to cap the base, so I head over to defend the base. And notice, they're capping the base, and I'm still on, no kills at the moment. So basically, this T-54, which is getting owned by this T-57 Heavy over here, is my first target. So I pop around here, I spot that Woods over there, and I shoot this T-54 once. I get one hit on him, and then the Centurion finishes him off. Then I see this WZ over here. Boom, another hit, using that reload. I think I might kill him with just one more hit. Doesn't work out that way. Fire again. Boom, hit him. This gun has quite good penetration. I don't want him to get behind the building, so I stop this time and aim and finish him off. Most of the time I use auto aim on this, but in a situation like that where he's about to get behind cover, I don't want to waste my shot. So I hit my reload even though I still have one shot left in the clip, and I kind of back off the base again because I want to get into cover while I have a reload. My reload doesn't show it on here, but my reload time is 34 seconds or something, so you do have to keep that into account. You can see that red bar moving though, and I'm almost reloaded, and I decide to head over here and help this IS-8. So there, I'm reloaded. I've already killed, or technically I've killed one guy and I damaged another guy, basically defended the base. And then I see this E-75. I've seen that he's just fired his shot, so I decide to pop around here and attack his flank. Then I spot that IS-8 and I kind of start to panic. I fire one shot, but it bounces because I fire it a little bit too late, and this IS-8 does shoot me. I fire again and damage him. I try to dodge the IS-8, but he gets his one hit on me. I then fire a third time on this E-75 and finish him off, and then I need to run away from this IS-8. I fire another shot on him, but I miss and hit the wall. And then this, let's slow it down. This is a really important play style for the Batchat. I have no one helping me out except this IS-8 who's about to die. And this IS-8 is on full health, and I only have 2 shots left. So I need to pop my reload here. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to kill him. And just, let's pause to fix my frame rate up. So basically the situation right now is, why is this frame rate so bad? Is this IS-8 is over here, and I have no armor, so I can't kind of stay with him, especially seeing as I'm about to pop my reload. I think I get one hit on him before I pop my reload, but I'm basically just using these buildings to my advantage to stay away from him. So let's get going at 1 times speed. So I get, sorry for the frame rate, I get one hit on him and I track him, then I get a second hit and I hit him and I do a little bit of damage. So now I pop my reload. So now I've got 34 seconds to wait, and this IS-8 is about to reload and try to hit me. So you have to use my mobility, and this is what you got to do, especially in a 1v1 situation, and this is how you handle your long reload times. Use the buildings to your cover and your advantage and stay away from him. I wish that this frame rate would fix itself. Sorry about that. Ah, there we go, it fixed itself. So the IS-8 gets hit by artillery, which really helps. I have got that artillery helping me. He does get a hit again by artillery in a second, so just wait. Yeah, there we go. He gets hit again by artillery. And now, in a few seconds, I'll reload. This IS-8 tries to push around because he realizes artillery is just going to take him out. So he tries to push around to get me. But I pop my reload just as he comes around, and I hit him. Trouble with that is, this frame rate. Trouble with that is I hit him and I get the hit before he kills me, but this T-95, which ends up appearing just over here. He's camping just over here. He hits me before I can do anything about it, and there, boom, that's like 1,000 HP gone. Not quite, but like 800 damage hit, which is a lot. That's almost half my HP. I see that they have a Patton and a T30 on base, but I decide I might push down and hit their artillery, because their artillery has 3 kills, and he's probably very dangerous. I'm wondering where this T95 is. I know he's down here somewhere. But I'm hoping that he won't hit me, and he doesn't hit me, because I know that if he hits me, I'm going to die. This was probably a stupid move here, because if this T95 was at all any good, he would have hit me and killed me just here. But yeah, I try to run away from him sideways. He fires a shot in a second, and he'll hit just behind me. Wait for it. Nope, there it is. So he fires a shot and just missed. If that had hit me, that would have killed me, and I would have been done. I'm already on 3 kills though, and I realized that they're capping the base, and then I can't really, I could take that T95 and the artillery, but I decide to head back and take the base instead, or defend the base. I see this T30 on full HP, and I tell the artillery to attack the T30. If you notice in the chat box just on the left hand side, Artie, hit the T30, because I'm trying to coordinate the artillery against this guy. Because him, I'll just pause it while my frame rate fixes. Oh, it's unloaded. Wow, okay. So, oh look, it's the moon. And the Bat Chat jumps over the moon. There we go, it fixed itself. Right, so this T30, the artillery hit the T30 at some point, and now he's on much lower health. So I can pop up behind him, and as you can see, I've moved around so fast, he still thought I was over there fighting against the T95. I set him on fire and hit him with my last shot to kill him. And let's just pause so I can talk about that. Last time they saw me, I was all the way over here, and they probably thought I was going to try to flank around and take the artillery or fight the T95. But I relocated so fast because of this tank's high rate of mobility that T30 completely forgot about me, didn't even realize I was there. And now this M46 Patton is wondering, he knows I'm here as well. He sets me on fire, and I get my last shot off just as I'm on 1 HP. Let's watch that again. Watch my HP in the bottom left-hand corner as I get this kill. I should have activated my fire extinguishers, but I didn't quite have the time to do it. So I kill this T30 just here, and I'll slow this down for us. And I pop over here. I'm on 634 HP at the moment, so just keep that in mind. So I pop around this corner, and he hits me before I'm spotted. I'm on fire. Okay, watch my HP. 211, 137, 67. 1 HP, and I fire my shot as I die, and I get the kill. You can't really see that I've got the kill, but I kill him there, and you can see on the right hand side that I do kill him. So that was unlucky for me that he set me on fire. I would have picked up that kill and been fine if he hadn't set me on fire. And then I would have also gone on to kill the T95 and the object 261? 261, yes. Speed this up, so I say dang, I say things, I'm a little bit annoyed, and this artillery is now left to make your decision. If you notice that, wait, pause, this T30 on the left hand side, if you saw, said, you run so fast, because he's still, that happened so fast, he was still, wherever he was just over here and he died. He was so surprised because I was over here fighting against the T95 and then suddenly I popped up behind him. And that's what you want to do in the Bat Chat. You want to run around, move around, cause chaos in the middle of everyone, and just pop up behind people to pick up kills. That's what you really want to end up doing. So let's play it forward again. 16 times speed. Our artillery spreads out a bit to try to, go and find where they are, but really we have no idea what they're doing. Their artillery ends up pushing on our base through us somehow, like right through the middle. And as you can see, what? As you can see that T32 just over there? He's moving because the artillery is pushing him just over the side to defend. So the artillery is capping the base, and the T95 is nowhere to be seen. So our artillery comes back to defend the base, and I'm giving them time warnings and things. You have 45 seconds, etc. And this is like, it seems like we could win this if we take out their artillery on base, and then they can take out the T95. But the T95 pops out behind the 212A over there and takes him out, and then this Lorraine is left with the task of killing both of them, which he doesn't succeed in. But he takes out this object 261 pretty neatly. That was a nice shot. And then, fast forward, he pops over here because he knows the T95 is too slow to get on cap before the time runs out, and he can't take a T95 by himself. So he kind of changes direction a bit, but he heads all the way over there, sits in a bush, and then lets the time run down and goes for a draw, which is all right. That's okay for this game. A draw is okay. It's kind of annoying because with 5 kills, I kind of wanted my ×5 victory. But yeah, basically with the bat chat, that's how you play it. You want to make sure you flank around enemies and hit them before they even know you're there, because you have no armor, no hit points, and so you can't really take hits. So that was a pity that was a draw, but basically that's a perfect example of how you play the Bat Chatillon 25-ton, destroyed by Samurai Chain. Basically, credits, didn't make that many credits, but oh well, I didn't do that much damage. Great experience, hit percent 15 out of 16. That's what you really want to be going for with the Bat Chat. You want to be going for hit percent. You don't want to be missing, because if you're missing, that means your clip is going to be emptying. You're not going to be able to reload. You're not going to be able to just kill as many things. Spotting assistance and killing assistance damage that I did is pretty good. Month of Heroes. Oh, I got in the top 15. Cool. Yeah, basically the targets I went for, if you saw in that game, were I went for isolated targets that were by themselves. I didn't push by myself really. I tried to just move around, outflank enemies, and come at them from behind. The way I killed that E75 was I hid behind the building, and then I went next to him and just kept hitting him. The way I killed the IS-7, I hid behind the building. He kept trying to go left and right, but I used my mobility and the building so that he couldn't kill me. The way I killed the M46 Patton was I just suddenly popped up and surprised him, and I managed to get the killing blow on him before he got the killing blow on me, except he set me on fire. I would have survived that, and it may have been a win, because I can outflank a T95 in a bat chat easily. That probably would have been a win if I hadn't got set on fire there, which was disappointing. The T54, similar thing, just outflanked, popped up. The T30, I just outflanked him and then popped up and shot him before he could turn his turret and hit me. That's how I got that kill. And the WZ1132, I just chased him down because he couldn't run away, and I used my autoloader speed. Notice I never ran out of bullets when I was trying to run down those people, or shoot them down, because I used my ammo efficiently. So yeah, summary points. Use your mobility effectively and never be the only one. Only ever 1v1 tanks. Don't go up against groups of tanks, and don't kind of just go with the main group of tanks. Run around the map a lot. If you notice the T30 in there said something like, wow, you run so fast, or something, the Batchat moves around very quickly, so you want to be popping up and flanking people. And always watch out for your ammo, reload when you need to, never waste your shots, and always save them, because if you run out of shots and you don't get the kill, then you're doomed. Unless you can use a building like I did against the IS-8. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and the Bat Chat. Shit tons of fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.